Hello everybody, it's Sephiroth204 for another weekly update. First thing you notice is that's a TV. We had a TV in like our main area of the house that we got like last summer, but nobody really ever used it because we have one downstairs and like this area up here was too busy. So my parents are like, "Hey Dovey, you do that video thing on the YouTubes. Let's put it in your room. You might use it." And I have like all my games and stuff set up over there. That's PlayStation, that's an Xbox, there's a PS2 down there, and you can't see it. There's the N64 and POG HD PVR. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Oh, of course, Final Fantasy VII. Oh yeah. So I'm in the course of like moving everything around and stuff, so it's fun times. So now I can record from the comfort of my own bed instead of the horribly uncomfortable chairs downstairs. I also get to play Final Fantasy X. Oh my gosh, Dobie uses guidebooks. What a cheater. I like using guidebooks. Especially Final Fantasy X and X-2, they have a lot of stuff in them. And X-2 is all like, no, you gotta do all these stupid things in order to get 100%. So I'm like, I'm gonna be using a guide, whether on GameFAQs or not. I'd rather have one in my hand here so I don't have to keep typing and whatever. But yeah, so that's fun. Let's see, in other news, business as usual continues this week in terms of uploads, so look forward to that. Yesterday I put up my first of the bonus videos for Skylanders Swap Force. It's like an expansion board called the Tower of Time that you get like with a certain pack of characters. So I showed off some of the new characters. We showed off an Easter related Trigger Happy, Springtime Trigger Happy that I had actually won from the Skylanders Twitter account, so that's kind of cool. So be sure to check that out. It's going to be in 3 parts, probably uploaded on Saturdays for the next 3 weeks. It's actually, I've noticed over the past, I don't know, 3 weeks or so, people have seemed to just stop watching my videos. But around the time that Paper Mario started, sorry if you hear that beeping in the background, people in my house like to set timers and then not do anything about them. Yeah, so I don't know, it's like it used to be like when I would upload a video, I'd get maybe like 10-15 views in the first few hours, and then overnight I have like some population of people in Europe or that are insomniacs that watched my videos. So overnight it would go from 14-ish to about 50 to 60. Now I'm lucky if it's 40 over the course of a week. So I don't know, maybe people were hyped about Paper Mario just to make me feel good, or they just didn't like it. They don't like what I'm doing, or some people like Mr. Waterway told me that they don't want to watch the Let's Play necessarily because they haven't played the game yet, so they still want to experience it themselves, and I get that. But it doesn't explain why Wheel of Katamari's viewership also dropped off the face of the earth. I don't know, maybe it's something to do with Easter holidays, spring break, because I don't know. I have no idea. Hopefully it'll pick itself back up, but there's a few people who like consistently watch and comment on my videos, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sorry. Thank you very much. It's a Baby Mario thing. Also, I had to move one of my posters, my Link Between Worlds poster that I had around here. It's on my wall over there now, next to the other Link Between Worlds poster. And the final one is still on the wall back there that you can't see because I'm blocking it with my big fat body. So yeah, so hopefully things will pick up again. In other news development things, last Saturday, like a week 2 Saturdays ago, not last Saturday, the 20th, was the 1 year mark since I had my back surgery. For those of you guys who have been around for a while, you know that I had a lot of trouble with my back for a while, and it turned out there was a tumor growing in my spine. How lovely! So I had to get surgery to get that removed and a few vertebrae and things, so it's been a year since then. It's a long time, which means that we're coming up to the 1 year mark in a few weeks of when I started chemotherapy, so memories. One day I'll look back at this and laugh. But just something I've been thinking about. Since the back pain and the chemotherapy started, I went into a frame of mind. I really couldn't do anything with myself. My Let's Play channel, like, I barely uploaded anything because I couldn't record at all. But like I had to take a passive stance in my life. I was in the hospital every 2 out of 3 weeks over the entire summer because of the chemotherapy I was getting, and I'm sorry, people are yelling in the house. I just had to sit and wait and wait and wait and wait, and I couldn't do anything. I was still recovering from the back surgery, so I couldn't get up and do anything really. I was, the chemotherapy left me weak, so I couldn't go out and do things. I couldn't expend any energy, so I had to be passive for a very long time, and that's really not me. When there's something I want to do, like Let's Playing or getting into shape or whatever, I do that. You guys, I've had until this past year, I've had an extremely consistent record with Let's Playing. Before I became a Let's Player, I was maniacal in my studies. I exercised, several times a week, on an exercise bike and things. I dieted. I lost 60 pounds in 4 months, healthily, not by starving myself. I actually worked at it, and I really was I was motivated. I'm very good at motivating myself. But over the past year or so, I really wasn't able to do anything, and it really ate me up inside. I was disgusted at myself for the fact that I wasn't able to try, or I wasn't trying. I'm very big on the philosophy that even if you don't complete your action, as long as you try, at best you can say, I accomplished my goal, or I exceeded my goal. At worst you can say, well, no one can say I didn't try. And I take pride in the ability to say that I tried. It's just a personal thing. So around August I started a new chemo treatment that I'm still on now. Tomorrow I'm going to be entering into round 12 of this, and in 2 weeks I'm getting scans to see where everything is, if anything is progressed or recessed or status quo. So we'll have to see. But so in August I started this new treatment that let me, instead of staying in the hospital, I just had to go back and forth for a week. And the other 2 weeks, I was, for all intents and purposes, fine. It gives me intestinal problems for a week and a half or so, but other than that, I'm perfectly normal. As normal as you can be when you're on chemotherapy, I guess. It's weak enough that my hair grows back in intervals you can't really see because of the light. But there's a little thing there. There's actually one hair over here that didn't fall out in the last time everything fell out. So it's that long, and I'm it's the giant among midgets. but like my hair is in a constant state of like falling out and growing back. Same with my eyebrows. It's like as opposed to hard hitting chemotherapy, which like your head is like completely white. Like there's not even like little stubs or anything. And I really had the opportunity to start picking up the pieces of my life, and I kept saying, I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it. And, now it's a half a year later, and, I still haven't done anything. So, over the past couple of weeks, I just said to myself, you know what? I'm just going to start trying again. My back and leg muscles are severely atrophied from disuse over the course of an entire year. Just laying around every day, all day. So, I can't do much. I can walk for 20 minutes a day. As you guys notice, I've been Let's Playing again. That's the only thing I did start trying, but I really haven't put any effort into my videos. I record, I put the audio and the video together, and I put it up on YouTube. If you guys remember either my Final Fantasy Let's Play or Majora's Mask, things like that, I really put a lot into each of the videos, and I'm trying to do that again with Paper Mario. I'm just integrating myself back into actually putting some sort of effort into my videos. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm gonna just start trying again. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I realize that it's waiting is just not, it's not something I can do for very long. So like the past couple of weeks, I started walking a couple times a week just outside, since the weather's a little nicer, and I've been able to do it. I walk about a half hour a day, 20 minutes, half hour, 3 times a week. I started trying to cut back on, candy and things like that intake. I just, it's, and it feels so much better to just know that I'm trying again. And am I succeeding? I don't know if I'm succeeding at getting myself back into shape or losing weight or anything, but and certainly if reflecting the fact that, as I said before, the drop in viewership on my videos, maybe the trying on my Let's Playing isn't going too well either, but I am succeeding at trying, and that's really what my goal was. So I find that whenever I try to speak my mind and give advice based on it, some people are like, people don't like advice. It's a fact. Because advice implies that what people are doing is wrong, and people don't like being wrong, which is also a fact. I like being wrong because I can learn from it. I admit when I'm wrong. A lot of people just physically unable to do that, and I understand. It's an ego thing. I spend my life trying to deflate my own ego, so that's just me. I'm not trying to say what people should do. But yeah, so I've found that just trying to try with things, with little things, not like I'm going to, run a mile a day, or I'm going to be able to get into shape, or this or that, the other thing. Just a goal. Get up and walk around for a few minutes, see where it takes you, or try to beat games on your backlog that you haven't touched in a year. That one game that you thought was impossible, all of a sudden you're like, this is easy. That's easy! Or, if you're a Let's Player, put something into your video to make it, more personalized, so it's not just gameplay footage with your commentary, Put little annotations inside of the video for, silly things or whatever. It's what I'm doing with Paper Mario. Like I said, I'm just saying what I'm doing for myself. If you want to try to glean some sort of lesson for yourself or something out of this, feel free. trying is important. And, if you don't try at all, then, you have very little right to complain. Unless you can't try. But it's all, as the song Ordinary Day goes, and I said, well, hey, it's just an ordinary day, and it's all your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just gotta say it's alright. The middle part's the one that I was emphasizing. It's all a state of mind. Cancer is not a state of mind. I'm not trying to say that real ailments, whether physical or mental, are just in your head, because they're not. They're real, but how you deal with things is in your state of mind. Whether you take a back seat to your life is a state of mind. Whether you try to do something, instead of just saying, well, this is an obstruction in my life, so I'm just gonna wait till it moves itself. Try to form a detour or try to do something while you're waiting for the obstruction to move itself. That's really all people can ask of you, is to do something. There's a Mr. T and motivational video: be somebody or be somebody's fool. Just do something, anything. Try. And so that's it for that. Normally I would try to end the weekly update on a high note, but one last thing I want to say that's on my mind is that there's I don't know if you guys remember Proton John. On his YouTube channel, he used to do some ROM hacks like Kaizo Mario and things like that. So there was one person who had told him that he was dying of leukemia or something, and he had made a ROM hack, and he asked Proton John to let's play it before the guy passed on. And it's called Nate Luminos or something like that. So he did, and it turned out, and the guy seemed to, afterwards, he disappeared, deleted his account or whatever. It turned out that the guy was lying. He's not dying. He just did it for attention, to get John to let's play his game. So there's just I feel very bad, because Proton John's a good guy, and it took advantage of his trust, by lying about a very serious thing. In this case, it was terminal illness. And it really shook his trust for a while, and I feel very bad, and I don't know. Why am I bringing this up? I don't want to get too much into detail about it, because I want to look into things further, and I don't like making accusations when somebody could get hurt that there are no accusations being made. There's a car shining like the sun directly on my face. I can't see now. I feel like there's somebody in the community that's been playing me for a fool. Trying to lie to me about a very serious thing. For either attention or something, or maybe they were serious, but something changed, and they themselves seem foolish for being overly dramatic or whatever. Like I said, there's some people that watch my updates that it drives them nuts when I'm not specific, but here I'm being not specific for a purpose, is that I don't want to draw any conclusions yet until I look into things. But trust is a very important thing, and when I give somebody my trust, it's an implicit agreement that they're not gonna abuse my kindness I perceive myself as a generally kind person. They're not going to abuse my kindness or my, I guess, naivety when it comes to the internet for their own gains. And you know, when I feel that I'm being used, it's a terrible feeling. It's a terrible feeling to, you know, have to feel like somebody is you know, taking a trait of yourself that you value very highly and using it for their own gain. Whether they have a good reason or not. You know, some people might lie, you know, because they need to. You know, it's a compulsion, or because, you know, there's extenuating circumstances on their side. You know, there's always two sides to a story. That doesn't mean both sides are necessarily correct, but I like to know both sides before making a judgment. I'm only bringing this up because it's just something that's weighing on my mind since yesterday. I want to be able to trust, especially people on the internet. It's very easy on the internet to lie. You know, you lie about your age, you know, when you're 12 years old to get onto YouTube. I wouldn't know anything about that. According to YouTube, I'm like 37. Oh, God. You can make a username and lie about your identity. You can lie about disappearing. You know, you could just delete all your accounts and disappear and nobody knows where you are because you were just a phantom to begin with. You know, it's so easy to draw people into your confidence and then with a fabrication on the internet, and just in the stroke of a minute get rid of it. So it's you know, I just I don't I completely lost anything that I wanted to say. It's just it's very upsetting to feel like somebody is playing me, and you know, whether they are or they're not, I will find out. I guess what I'm trying to say is don't do that to people. If somebody has given you their trust, and trust is very hard to come by on the internet in the first place, but if somebody has given you their trust and they're your friend, you know, it's one of the worst things to just betray that. It really is. So I'm sorry for rambling, but yeah, going back to the previous thing, just try. If the trying is just to be an honest person, that's good too. But yes, this has been a weird weekly update, and I'm very sorry. But you know, hopefully things will work out. There's been several till 4, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.